Welcome to your morning cup
with iBenz Academy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm Ash.
And we are back!
Woo! We're back! Where have we
Oh,
been?
yeah. Well, we've been on holiday.
I sound different. I was on a different planet. Kind of, actually, sort of. I have been.
Yeah.
Not officially. But...
Why do you sound different, Ash?
Well, I got sick for a little while. I even lost my sense of taste.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. No, it really was sad. It was a sad day.
You got sick too, along with Inelia and Larry. Everyone's been sick. Well, not everyone, but you were part of that sick phase.
Yeah.
For reasons that will be explored. Not on this
I'm sure
podcast.
We'll figure out at some point. Not there yet. I don't think I have a full reason as to why yet.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe 5G. Maybe who knows what.
Yeah.
Maybe it really was on another planet.
Well, we're glad that you're feeling better now.
Me too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's 3 manifestations I've been focusing on a lot. So when the workshop started, I was your roommate.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wanted to buy a house in this area for a few years now and just wasn't having success. And long story short, 6 months later, or a couple months after the workshop, really, I manifested buying a house literally next door to you.
Yay!
Amazing. And it happened in a way that was totally unbelievable, but believable in the sense that the house wasn't listed for sale. It wasn't on the market. I had reached out 6 months before. The guy wasn't interested. He didn't want to sell. And then I just kept doing the work as described in the workshop and kept at it, reached out again. And then he's the owner was like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, what? Are you kidding me?
And he reached out to you. I remember you didn't actually reach back out to him, right? Didn't he contact you again?
I had our realtor reach out again. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even then, in a way, I didn't actually reach out. I think she asked me, hey, should I reach out again? I was like, yeah,
So it came back around
it
to
did.
you.
Yeah. When the energies were right, when I was ready.
Yep.
And yeah, it's perfect.
It's amazing.
Be next door
I know.
to my bestie and my sister, business partner.
Uh-huh.
And forming our tribe in the area.
Mm-hmm.
It's so supportive. I love the neighborhood. It's
it doesn't get better. If you want to live in a neighborhood, this is the kind of neighborhood you want to live in my opinion.
Living in a neighborhood in the middle of nowhere, it's amazing. It's just gorgeous. The Gaia around here is amazing. It's just so perfect and resonant, and it was easy. It was full of ease. So manifesting the house was also fascinating because throughout the process of the workshop, I created a vision board, different than a feeling board, but I wanted specific items in the house that I wanted to manifest. How it looked, what kind of architecture it had, and furniture and things like that. After I bought the house a couple months later, I pulled out my vision board. And some of the furniture I got and the fireplace, identical.
It was exactly the same.
Identical.
It was I remember taking a double take. I'm like, whoa.
What?
What? That's your fireplace and that bookshelf were exactly what was in that magazine.
Exactly. And another big part of it, this is the feeling board, was through Second Life.
Yep.
Where we were literally neighbors in Second Life.
We were.
I had this empty house next to yours for a year that I never decorated by the beach.
Uh-huh.
And just for context, the house I ended up buying was a vacation home, so it was pretty much empty all year round.
Yeah.
I think we saw one person maybe in a year come over. So there was this empty house, literally. My house in Second Life was next to Ash and empty. And then I was like, I gotta change my focus, put my energy somewhere else. So I put a different house in a different location that I got excited about. And funnily enough, the model in Second Life is very, very similar to the one that ended up being in real life. Mm-hmm. And it's just amazing, right? So there are all of these things that just came together, and it was just fabulous.
Yeah.
Interestingly, my second manifestation item was directly connected to the house. So the day I signed my papers to close the house, I come home and there is this puppy dog sitting in my front yard.
Well, and your allies were with you, if you remember.
That was the second day. But yes.
That's right. We're right.
Yes. The day I signed the papers, the neighbors had basically found this stray dog. And they were taking her out for a walk. And immediately, the neighbor across the street was like, so, your house is one of the only neighborhoods with a fenced yard. I was like, I see what you're doing. And then the next day, the whole tribe shows up to help me cleanse and sage the house. And she's literally sitting on the front lawn.
PB just starts, tripping out. And she's barking. I'm like, what is going on? So I step out the kitchen and I look out. I'm like, oh my God, Kara, you have a dog in your front yard. And she's so cute and sweet. She's not barking. She's just sitting there. She just looks like this pretty girl. Just really good sit. Like, hi, who are you? Do you want to be my friend? Mm-hmm. So cute.
Yep. And turns out some tourists picked her up on the side of the road. Our neighborhood, I guess, was the closest. Who knows how far away it was from wherever. And she was wild, completely untrained, not housebroken, trying to escape. She probably had some stuff with either her former owner or just was a stray. Who knows? But it was not good, whatever it was. She was not in a good state. But then I was looking at her and I was like, wait a minute. Did I just instantly manifest a puppy dog?
I know. I remember too, in the moment, you almost were like, no, guys, I don't know. I don't need a dog. Or I don't remember what it was. It was that moment of hesitation. But your allies were with you. We're like, well, I mean, it's your first day in your new house. And here's this cutie pie who just shows up. Has nowhere to go. Randomly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, if you don't take her, I'm taking her.
I think you saying that prompted me
I'm
to
pretty sure it did, because you were like, okay, let's go talk to them. Let's go talk to the people who found her.
I know. Yeah, and no chip, and no one knew where she came from, and it didn't seem like it was a good situation for her. And if if we didn't end up keeping her, probably would have
ended up at the pound.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it was a perfect orchestration from Gaia, because one of the things that I needed, and part of my manifestation with the feeling, was I needed a dog to keep me active, get me outside and going for walks, and that companionship, physical body connection.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be alone in a house all by myself. And it was Gaia showed up and was like, here you go. And the dog collective was like, oh yeah, we've got one for you. And boom.
Yeah.
It was all lined up perfectly. So it's like that,
Yeah.
I'd done the work. I figured out what kind of feeling I wanted in a dog. The temperament and the size and the experience, the lifestyle I wanted, and boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
The only thing I wish I had done was maybe be a little bit more specific in the list. That was one of my to-do items, is make a list of the qualities of the dog that I wanted. I didn't actually get around to it.
Yeah.
So she has some quirks that I was like, dang it. I should have been a bit more specific on.
But ultimately, she's a lover, and she definitely gets you out and exercising and moving. And
it's perfect.
Yeah.
So
she's so cute. And she's come a long way, being that she was stray on her own for so long. Who knows how long. And now is house trained. I mean, gosh, she's so well behaved.
Yeah, she's so much better.
Yeah.
Definitely not as crazy.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Yay. Another manifestation item.
Yep.
Check.
Instantly manifested. And that's kind of what happens, right?
Yep.
If you want it and you allow it, the human collective and Gaia will come up with very creative ways of delivering it to you. Sometimes literally to your doorstep.
Yep. It's true. It's very true. It's very true.
That was pretty amazing. But yeah, it's doing the work, right? Going through the steps, described in the workshop, and spending the time and figuring out, what do you really want and why?
Well, and I think that's a really key part to this too. It's because, the key to success is having that good counsel and good allies. Mm-hmm. And through the Instant Manifestation Workshop, we definitely get that with one another and with facilitators. And that's fantastic. But it doesn't take you anywhere unless you're willing to do the work. Mm-hmm. And this is a workshop. It is advanced. So it does mean that, we're spending time to this. We're committed. We're putting in that energy, but it works. Like the process works if you work it, Yeah. But just like anything, if you don't do anything with it and you just let it sit and collect dust on the bookshelf, well, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change.
Totally. And it's so important it's almost like be responsible for your life, mm-hmm. And be proactive and really figuring out, like, what is it that you want? Mm-hmm. And is it stuff that you can just buy? Like, yeah, I bought a house. That was something I wanted. Money bought it. It's true. And that's great because I really wanted the feeling of having my home and my safe space, my sanctuary, and putting down roots and being in a neighborhood where I can thrive and grow old with my sis, and have our families together and all mm-hmm. these things. So in a lot of ways, it wasn't about the money in a way. It was purchasing this house was definitely part of it, but the feeling and the real reason behind it was so much more than just I want a place to live.
Yep.
It's where can I really thrive and embody the new paradigm.
Yeah.
Another big focus for me, and I think a lot of people in the workshop too, actually, is a focus on wealth lines. And it's something that I think is very interesting. We've been looking at it with Inelia. It's there's still a big focus on wealth lines. And why is that? And it feels like we especially as light workers, but even as individuals or even as groups, it's almost like our soul is craving nurturing food as in beautiful creations like art and the knowing for our physical bodies that things are taken care of and being surrounded by high frequency objects and people and things, and right now we are still in a paradigm on the planet where money is the means to those ends in a lot of ways. And in a lot of ways, we're just not quite there yet. And that's okay. So for me personally, I've been focusing a lot on wealth lines and doing all the exercises, reconnecting with the spirit of money, clearing your wealth lines class. That class is amazing. Meditation, that is amazing. And being diligent with the chi behind it, which is really the connection with Gaia and allowing that nurturing chi to come forth into our lives and support us. And that's been an ongoing thing, but just looking back in the last year from where I started with the workshop to where I am now, and it's wow, I have all these new wealth lines I had no way of predicting. Cryptocurrency. Did not see that coming. Could barely figure out what is it, how does it work. It was so foreign, in a lot of ways. And it just so happens at the workshop we had a cryptocurrency expert who was an attendee. And then, long story short, Walk With Me Now had a lot of people interested and created a cryptocurrency study group, more or less, mm-hmm. and an exploration group, and we're figuring it out as a tribe.
And exploration's still happening.
Exactly. And figuring it out as a tribe is so much easier than doing it alone. And it's fun. Mm-hmm. It's super fun. Just this last week we were playing a Pass the Crypto game to get comfortable with some of the tools and stuff. And it's just another wealth line we didn't even know about last year, and here it is right now. It's so cool.
Yeah, when Inelia had shared that with us, her seeing on the kind of that craving, that hunger for beauty and beautiful things, and having that experience and it manifesting through that desire for money. Because right now in the paradigm we're in, money makes that beauty and access to these things more possible. It really resonated because when we talk about instant manifestation and manifesting what money can't buy, I mean, we've already shared some stories exactly that of what money can't buy. But even the wealth part, it's it does feel very tied to that. The wealth isn't necessarily just to have money, right? Like, I don't know anybody who wants money just to have it, to say that they have it. It's more the wealth brings in the experience of X, Y, and Z that we want to have, you know? And that, oh my gosh, in the last year, the feeling of being wealthy, the expanding of wealth lines in my life has totally opened up. And I'm still doing work on it even now, you know, of course, I haven't hit my goal, but it's still, it continually surprises me when something comes up and, you know, oh, this expense is here and now it's like unexpected and boom, oh, there's the money for it. Oh, cool. That's amazing. Like, it just, it's really nice to be able to see and be aware as these manifestations are coming up and how it unfolds and that ease around it.
Yeah, because chi is the ability to do, right? And as light workers, as high frequency beings on the planet, embodying the new paradigm, like, wow, what could we do? You know, what things will we create with that abundance in all areas of our lives? Like, it's just amazing. So it's an exciting time, and a lot has changed just in such a short time. It's going to be incredible to see what comes in the years, months and years ahead too. But yeah, so grateful. A lot of the exercises even are in the workshop are specific to like opening up new wealth lines and being proactive and processing your stuff on it. And,
right.
And when you do it together as a group and you've got like accountability, you know, of like, okay, open up new wealth lines right now. Okay, tribe. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this, you know. Yeah. It's different and sometimes just fun, you know, to do it together as well and cheer each other on.
Yeah, and it's cool because I think now in the last few weeks we've seen at least 2 different instant manifestation workshop like prep study groups form. Like, so groups forming to do all the prep work together in order to be able to be prepared to do the instant manifestation workshop, which is incredible because that's the kind of energy that this workshop is. Proactive, doing it, right? And those are the types of instant manifestors we want to be manifesting with.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's student run, right? Like, these are individuals who took the time and space and energy to organize themselves and go, hey, let's run a study group. And there's like, gosh, over 20 people, maybe more. Yeah. 17 of them are Romanian and doing a Romanian focused like group, which is amazing. So cool. And it's that, like you said, that kind of energy, because the bigger why of all of this is, you know, what would it feel like? What would it look like and feel like if we had 1,000 high frequency instant manifestors on the planet? Like, what could we do and achieve and embody and co-create together? Like, wow. And we're on our way, right? We're definitely on our way. So the more instant manifestors we have who know the tools, who are high frequency and consciously co-creating, then, you know, that's one believable way of creating the new paradigm and making it real today. Yep. And doing it, being absolutely active. So it's very exciting.
Oh, yeah. So if you're up for the challenge, do the work. But it can also be easy. I mean, fun challenge, I guess I look at it like, that's fun to me, doing the work. And anyway,
and doing it as a group too.
And doing
fun.
It as a group.
Yeah.
Building a tribe.
And, you know, if you're not sure if you want to do the workshop or not, or commit to the time or whatever it is, we'd encourage you to look at the prerequisites and start doing those. Because since it is an advanced workshop, those are there for a reason. Like, those concepts and material are needed for the lectures and material that Inelia explores in the workshop and what we explore as in our lab groups. So it is important, but it's also a great way to get started. Even if you don't end up doing it, it's like the more work we do, even just baby steps or bit by bit, that's it. That's how we transform our lives and the reality we co-create together. So check it out. We have those listed on our website, and we're excited to co-create this together with you.
Oh, yeah. And then we get to hear everybody else's cool instant manifestation stories. I love it.
Oh, yes. Exactly.
It's always nice.
This time next year, what will we have manifested?
Oh, my gosh.
As a larger chart and as individuals.
Oh, yeah. It's coming together. That's
is.
for sure. Yep. Okay, until next time.
See you soon.
See ya. Bye.